and let's get started with the first instrument for the session, that is Euro USD. 4-hour chart is flashing up on your screens. We don't have much to discuss from what was done in the last session. Prices are almost trading around the same levels, 1.0818 as we speak. Last time when we were here during the Tokyo Sydney overlap, it was close to 1.080020 something. So what is happening here in the euro, as discussed in the previous session as well, let's quickly review on the hourly. It might be carving lower degree waves, ones and twos and ones and twos, a series of ones and twos and ones and twos. So could be possible that the third wave is preparing to extend itself, 69, in fact 65, sorry, and it should push higher from here itself. It would push further higher. All right, so nothing really changes as far as the trend is concerned or the price action is concerned. And as far as the waves are, okay, let me just compress a bit. And okay, as far as the waves are concerned, euro is unfolding, or it's actually expanding or extending its minute wave 3, and within the minute wave 3 it is also extending the minute wave 3, which is into its last wave, that is subminute wave 5 print here. Earlier it had extended the subminute wave 3 as well, and now we've got subminute wave 4 as an expanded flat, which kind of completed around terminated around 1.0734 over the last week. All right, so that is the wave story. And as far as the trading point of view is considered, we've already entered fresh longs last week. If you are still contemplating doing so, it is a good place to re-enter on the long side. We're not too far with price action just around 1.0820, but the stop loss recommendation would not be below 700. At this point in time, it would be just around 1.05. That is minute wave 1 termination, and ideally prices would not want to visit that territory until the impulse structure is holding. All right, and on the upside we would like to potentially target 1.12 and 1.15 respectively going forward. All right, so that is almost unchanged story of the euro. I think prices are waiting for some kind of fundamental event, or maybe it will pick up in the New York session. But whatever it is, we are more inclined towards the wave theory, and building on the long side is highly recommended for now. All right, let's move on to the dollar index. Okay, so the 4-hour chart for the dollar index is now flashing up on your screens, and as we can see, according to the waves, minute wave 3 is extending and is expected to terminate somewhere close to 98. I repeat, sir, minute wave 3 is extending lower and is expected to terminate somewhere close to the 98 mark. And within the minute wave 3 is also extending. It's probably within its last wave, subminute wave 5, which is potentially targeting 101 as print here. So by the time we finish minute wave 3 around 98 and then minute 4 and 5, we should easily see prices dropping almost close to 95, mid 95, 96 levels. All right, at this point in time of talking, the price action is around just below 104. So if you go by the magnitude of what is coming forward, it's almost about 1000 points. So trading point of view, if you are still contemplating or thinking to initiate positions, which we already did last week on the short side around 104.50, then you must consider pressing the sell button right now with a stop uh, to be on the safer side. Technically correct, should go around 107, just above 106.86, which is minute wave 1 termination. All right, so going forward, dollar, if it has US dollar index, if it has carved a minute sub-minute wave 4 at 104.50, it would drift lower, continue pressing lower lows and lower highs towards 101, 98 and 96 respectively. Alright, so firmly on the south side, please. Let's have a quick review of pound now. So the GBP USD 4-hour chart is now flashing up on your screens again, and as discussed earlier in the last session, prices have hardly changed. As we speak, they are trading around 1.2933, while in the Tokyo Sydney overlap, the same price was around 1.292025, I suppose. Alright, so hardly any change from in the past few hours from the Sydney Tokyo overlap. Minute wave 3 is extending and is potentially targeting 1.35 levels. In fact, 1.35 is just a meager target. I think it is by the time minute wave 5 terminates, we should be comfortably around 1.37, possibly 1.39 as well. So if it reaches or manages to reach 1.39, we are again looking at around 1000 points rally from where prices are trading right now. All right, so it is still very much seen in control of bulls, and from the trading point of view, it is, if you have not yet done, it is still good to remain on the long side with prices trading around 29, 34, 35 right now. Stop loss recommended around 1.25 and potential target pushing through the 35, 37 and 30, 39 respectively. All right, we would change the stop loss from 2500 towards possibly 20, 20, 28 once prices break above the 30 handle, 1.3 handle. All right, that would be just to put ourselves in on the safer side and also reduce the risk. Okay. All right, so that's the story in pound. Let's have a quick look at gold, what it is doing right now. We would like to spend some time on gold chart. Yeah, the first one which I'm flashing here on your screens is the daily chart. And the reason why we are doing it is because gold is carving a fifth wave at 3 different degrees. All right, you can see here I have shown 2 degrees, that is minor wave 1, 2, minor wave 3, 4 and minor wave 5 in progress, and one lesser degree if we look at the subwaves within minor wave 5. The subwaves are as follows: minute 1, 2, 3, 4 and potential minute wave 5. Also, it's testing the channel line resistance within the minor wave 5. The channel line has been presented within the minor wave 5 rally, which looks like an impulse and also looks like potentially complete. by all means, if we try and do another channel of a larger degree, that is a minor degree, starting connecting 2 and 4 and touching wave 3, even if you see that, I mean that price is almost touching the if not exactly, but it's almost touching the Elliott resistance, channel resistance. So two Elliott channel resistance are being tested. One of them, which is the minor wave 5 subdivisions, that channel has already produced an overthrow where prices have thrown themselves above the channel resistance. Let me adjust the wave counts, please. So here I have shown three different degrees which are terminating at the fifth wave. So minute wave 5, that is the bracket orange, and minute wave 5, which is circle navy, again Roman 5, and gray 5, the normal 5, numeric 5. If this is correctly done and the overthrow is also being correctly identified, then prices should reverse very sharply from here. In fact, the first target should be around 3017, which is minute wave 4 of that orange mark here, and after that it should drop lower all the way towards the 2838 zone, which is minute wave 4, and after that it should ideally drop towards 2500, which is minor wave 4. So minor wave 4 is ideally should be targeted. Ideally minor wave 4 should be targeted ideally if a major top is in place here. All right, and it's not there's nothing, no reason to be surprised about what is possible. But if a top is in place, gold might just be wanting to reverse lower in a big way from here. We don't want to speculate whether that is in place or not. With respect to the price action, a break below 3017 would confirm. So if you are a conservative kind of a trader and want further price action, you should wait for 3017 to be taken out, and then on a pullback you should enter on the short side with a stop just above that 45 mark. As far as the portal is concerned, we have just pushed a short trade which is aggressive around 32-35 zone with the stop loss to be safer side on 3250, and we would see if we want to book profits around the 3017. That is where we would like to target ourselves. All right, it looks like 5 waves are complete from 3017 as well. So if you look at that wave rally, which wave 1, wave 2, wave 3, 4 and 5, ideally we have the fifth wave complete as we speak right now, and if that is being done correctly, uh, then we should see a swift reversal. If you allow me to take the gold on or review gold on a 15 minutes time frame, uh, the prices have dropped to 3126, which was a potential first wave of the fifth wave within the fifth wave. So it's kind of ruling out that right now we are in a lower degree wave 4. Quite possible that we might have topped out, or prices might have topped out, and a reversal is already underway. Now the break a break below 3100, which is yesterday's low, would serve as the first potential sign with respect to the price action that a major top is in place. We have sent an aggressive short signal around 32.35. So if you are not inclined to take the aggressive short, then please remain on the sidelines and wait for a break below the 3100 mark before uh, getting on the short side again on a rally. Alright, but it looks like the 31.28 target has been met. Prices have pushed a bit farther towards the 45, and a reversal back towards 3100 would ideally be a confirmation that gold has potentially topped. Alright. So that is the story in gold. Let's have a quick look at what Bitcoin is doing. So here is the 4-hourly chart for Bitcoin. All right, now as discussed yesterday, you see that particular drop from 88,000 highs over the weekend, which was print over the high was hit sometimes over the weekend or the last week. You can see that the correction has unfolded 1, 2, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's unfolding into three waves, which is an ABC possibly. And if it is correctly identified, then we've got what the first wave A in place. I might want to label this just to so we are looking at a minute wave 2, correct? So this is going to be minute degree corrective rally. So let's do it. I'm going to change this to a minute. All right. So we've got minute wave A into orange bracket complete, minute wave B orange bracket complete, and now possibly minute wave C orange bracket is underway towards 94 levels. Now, as an aggressive trader, as an aggressive trade, I'm just waiting for one more high and a drop lower, just in respect to the price confirmation before issuing a long call aggressively, which could drive prices from 84 to 94 around 10,000 points. But it's an aggressive counter trend, so the risk is around 75, that is 8,000 versus 10,000. Just trying to see and figure out if we can find out a better risk management. Possibly if we can place a stop just below that low, and if it is safe, then we will definitely issue a long call for Bitcoin towards 94. But tell you what, 94, if even if we miss that long call, it's better to wait until prices rally through the 94 zone and then initiate short positions with a stop loss potentially around 109. All right, so Bitcoin story is still on a hold, where we would like to commit ourselves towards the larger degree trend which looks on the south side, and we can count five waves low of 5 waves from 109, 5 waves lower, making it an impulse. And after that 5 wave decline, there is a corrective ABC which is underway. So possibly at around minute wave 2, we would like to enter on the short side, please. All right. So that is the story for Bitcoin. We can have a quick view at the Dow Jones as well. So here's the 4-hour chart flashing for the Dow Jones. And immediately to start with, what we just discussed in Bitcoin is being replicated in the Dow Jones, where we are in a corrective wave at a minute degree, where minute wave A got complete around the 42,800 levels over the last week. We now have minute wave B also, and possibly minute wave C is underway, and it could extend. Let's take a simple Fibonacci extension. I think it would be possibly extending towards the 44,000 mark. At least 43,300 is what we are looking. But I was very sure about a Fibonacci convergence. I'm taking the liberty to move my wave C 190. So back to the 44,000. I think it's going to be a good, excellent chance provided or opportunity provided by the Dow Jones for us to go short. In the meanwhile, during the New York session or maybe tomorrow, if we see an opportunity which is good in terms of the risk reward ratio on the counter trend side, then we might go counter trend as well, because we've got almost 3,000 points, less than 3,000 of course, but at least 2,500 points to be made. So if we can grab a risk reward ratio of 1 is to 1.5, then we would definitely be inclined to issue a long call, which could be even if it's counter trend, it's fine. All right. So these are the stories as we move into the London Times. Euro USD firmly on the long side, dollar index on the short side, GBP USD again on the long side, gold aggressive shorts being taken around 32.35, 31, 32.35, and Bitcoin and the Dow Jones, we are waiting for the counter trend respectively to complete around 94,000 and 44,192 before we issue short calls, short trades. All right, so that's the stories. Those are the stories as we move into the London Times, and we'll be back about in a few hours to touch base with the New York session 2. Until that time, thank you for watching.